They used to be people. The eggheads. I've seen them a lot in the weeks since the buffet. Not everyone shows signs, but some people, the ones who get hooked the hardest on that sick, foreign meat slop, only seem to gain weight from the neck up. Hair falls out. The first thing to disappear are the eyes. Then the mouth seals shut, and the whole head smooths over. They start to wander aimlessly, invisible to everyone else, forgotten by their friends and loved ones. They do nothing but mumble, groping their arms around like they're hunting for their lost eyes. I killed one today. I spent my entire afternoon scrounging the town for normal things to eat, an increasingly challenging task. Avoiding overly weird shit is only half of it. I have to avoid anything that boasts a new formula or improved flavor. Sometimes I have to scan the package just for the hamburger logo, or check the ingredients for some new gibberish like extracted bone jellies or natural life parts. Some untainted stuff is skipping store shelves and going straight into the dumpsters, which I had been digging through when the egghead jumped on me, cornering me in a one-way alley behind a Safeway and Walgreens. Its head was bigger than most, an impossibly bloated globe that almost brushed the walls on both sides. I don't know how its feeble, chalky body could have held it up. It's barely more than a skeleton, thin skin shrink-wrapped tightly to its bones. All that remained of its former identity was a black dress tie, swaying like a pendulum from its pencil-thin neck. Incoherent mumbling at once sounded panic, apologetic, and threatening as it staggered towards me, limbs outstretched. I had nothing to defend myself besides a bag of stale bread and a can of warm Coke. I screamed at it. I told it I didn't know what it wanted, that there wasn't anything I could do, but it just kept coming. Mumbling. The moment my back hit the wall behind me, I snapped. I grabbed the nearest garbage can lid and swung it with all my strength, slamming it straight into that fat, boneless face like a battle axe. It felt like striking a huge, taut basketball. The mumbling grew more frantic, more confused as it slightly stumbled backwards, gravity tugging on the awkward cranium, arms whirling cartoonishly as it fought to regain its center of balance. It was like some bent slapstick routine, like someone struggling not to drop a wedding cake. I charged, screaming like a banshee as I struck again. The thing finally toppled, slowly, like it was filled with air. As it hit the ground, that massive noggin exploded like a swollen tick. A wet splash. Pink gore and hunks of rubbery white flesh gushed out into the alley and onto the street. For one terrifying moment, I wonder how the same looked to the rest of the world. If they see some random, senseless act of murder against a completely normal, innocent human being. The people already nonchalantly stepping over the shattered piles of gore would have eased my mind if it weren't for what happened next. One of the piles started moving. Pulverized. Something about the size of a baby was squirming from the pulverized sludge. A fat, slightly oblong shape with thin, wriggling appendages underneath. Still too thick with gore for me to make out any details. It was still between me and freedom. I could only watch in a confused stupor as it unfurled a pair of big, translucent fins and abruptly took flight, buzzing off into the afternoon sky like a booted, fleshy bumblebee. It thankfully never seemed to notice or care about me. Funny how I settled on eggheads. I just thought they looked like eggs. I didn't know they literally were. A woman stopped dead in the crosswalk to smile and wave at the thing as it disappeared into the skyline. Then continued on her way with only a momentary look of puzzlement that, "What am I doing?" followed by, "Well, whatever." One I've grown so accustomed to over the past several weeks. When I got home, I started reading up on diseases, parasites, bugs. There's a kind of wasp that lays eggs in a live caterpillar. When the larvae hatch, it modifies the host's entire metabolism to suit their needs. The caterpillar eats more, grows bigger, all to provide the developing wasp with more subsistence. This kind of shit is everywhere in nature. There are microbes that make mice suicidally attached to cats. There are flies that grow inside heads of ants who keep moving even though their brains are eaten. It all makes so much sense. Maybe they're from space. Maybe they're from hell. Maybe they've always been here, toppling one species, one civilization after another. Who knows? They feed us, so we can feed them. So nice to have a warm body to keep them safe and nourish till they don't need us anymore. We're just a herd of cattle, oblivious to our position in life as we're fattened up, slaughtered by something that looms just above our understanding in the natural order. I don't know why I can see them, why I can see what they're feeding us. I'm like a cow who can grasp what goes on in the slaughterhouse. And I can't stop thinking about what a cow could ever hope to accomplish with that knowledge. Your guess is as good as mine.